Guys, clean. Guys, we're talking about crypto here. This video is a perfect, I saw this morning and it just got reposted on Twitter. It's been circulating, and you guys really got to listen to this, because this is why we buy crypto. This is why we buy Pokemon cards. This is why we buy gold and silver, if you prefer. This is why we buy anything that grows in value. And this is why the conspiracies are facts and they're true. Because this was planned. This was planned to enslave us. And people fell for it. Our parents' generation fell for it. They sent us to college. Okay, if you want to be a surgeon, you got to go to college. If you want to be a lawyer, you got to go to college. You got to learn. Those are important things to learn from a school. But for these little smaller degrees, like the one I got, my exercise science degree, maybe the one you got, maybe your 4-year economics degree, marketing bullshit. Okay, even my degree is a little bit better than marketing. I mean, I took some pretty intense courses. But the point is that people are going into debt, thousands of dollars, tens of thousands, hundreds, on a 17% loan. I mean, if you sign up for a 17% loan, you deserve, I hate to say this, but you deserve the debt you're in now. I mean, this is what I mean. Humans are able to predict the future somewhat, to a degree of somewhat accuracy. If someone tells you your loan is going to be 17% interest, you run the fuck away. All right, without further ado, check this video out. I feel real bad for this chick. Why is this not?
Or was like, don't you have like a rich relative who can pay that for you? No! So as it turns out, the student loans that I've been paying $1,500 a month for 2 years have a 17% interest rate. So what I thought I'd been paying off for all this time, I'm actually I owe more than what I started off with. What the fuck? So Jeff Bezos, this would be a really cool fucking time to Venmo me, bro. I owe $90,000 and I didn't even spend that much on school. Any rich person, please tap in. Kourtney Kardashian, you probably have 8 houses. I'm never gonna be able to buy one because I went to college. I just signed up to be an egg donor. Guess what? Got approved. Who wants my fucking kids? I can't afford them, so start a bidding war.
So sad, guys.
Just fucking take them. What do you want? My left arm too? What the fuck am I supposed to do? I'm gonna be in debt for my whole fucking life. How does that even make sense? I signed up for this shit when I was 17. This should not be legal, bro. I got upset about it at work, and my coworker was like, don't you have a rich relative who can pay that for you? No, my family's poor. No. And the worst fucking part is, bro, look where I am. I can't go in because I can't spend money, but I just want to eat.
All right, guys.
Because it makes me feel
So,
better.
this is the state of affairs in this country, and every time I go outside, you don't see this. You only see it on the internet, obviously, because people aren't going to crash out in the middle of a public place, but I guarantee you they want to, because this girl, and I hate to say this, but this girl, I don't know how you would get out of that. I mean, it's going to take some grinding and some clawing to get out of that $90,000 of debt. And I feel for her, because I had $40,000 in debt from college, and that thing grew $7 a day. I calculated it because that's one of the moments when I really started to get into more of my finances and stuff, and then that led me to crypto, because I was like, I got to find a way to outpace this loan. She has to find Bitcoin, basically, if she hasn't already, and she needs to start putting $50 in, $100 in every month, because she can't even go shop at a TJ Maxx. Now, this girl, apparently from what she says, has no help at all. Most of us have at least one person that you can ask for help. Maybe you could ask for some money and give them a lower percent loan. There are ways. She will figure out a way, I think. But this is why we buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the opposite of the banks and this kind of situation. I can't stand to see this shit because, first of all, on this channel, we don't think like the peasants. Like, this is peasant thought right here. Signed up for a 17% interest rate, probably was spending money while this loan was going up, didn't bother to or didn't know, or her parents didn't warn her. Something happened where miscommunication happened where she didn't feel like she had to pay these loans off as quickly as possible with that 17% interest rate. It's just very sad, guys, and this is why we buy assets, so that you can hedge yourself against this kind of stuff. And you know what else is bad about this is she has this interest rate and loan on her shoulders on top of the taxes that come out of her paycheck, on top of the taxes that she pays every time she wants to buy something, on top of just everything in this Keynesian society is meant to suck you dry to the death if you don't watch yourself. Everything in this society is designed to suck you dry. Money out of your pocket, assets out of your pocket. Ooh, look at this shiny thing. Look at this nice car. Look at this liability. That they disguise the liabilities as juicy opportunities. Like going to college, get a good job, you'll be good in the future, guarantee it, you'll get a job. Nope, sorry, things change. So as humans, we have to prepare ourselves and think for ourselves. This is critical thinking skills, okay? Here, I have another video for you guys. This one's pretty much the same concept. A guy basically talking about our state of affairs here.
$1 a month. Oh, save for retirement, and yet you can barely save for next week. Go buy a house! Yep, every house is $500,000, brother. I'm not asking for a handout, man. We're asking for a freaking fair shot at life.
Yep.
Our parents did not work harder than we work right now. They were simply just given a better chance. Their wages covered their lives, their bills, their hobbies, their passions. Our wages barely cover our freaking bills for the month, dude. No amount of budgeting can ever fix a system designed to keep us down.
I just said it.
We're doing the best that we can, and yet it feels like the outcome has already been decided.
Oh, what a fucking surprise, guys. Did I not just say that?
They tell us to stop eating out and rent $2,000 a month. Oh, save for retirement, and yet you can barely save for next week.
So, sorry about the volume, guys. Just a warning, it might be a little loud. I don't know how to work that, but on this channel you get the raw stuff, guys. I don't do any editing. It's all raw, and that's how I like it, raw, baby. All right, so ignore that. So anyway, guys, this is what I mean. This is why we buy crypto. And you got Bitcoin at 116, you got Ethereum at 3,800, you got XRP now over $3 again, pumping up 4%, up to $3.07. XLM up to 41 cents, proving me wrong there. SUI back up 8%, all you SUI guys. Hedera H bar, 25 cents. Is that what I saw there? Where'd it go? 25 cents. So guys, those are pretty eye-opening videos. All that stuff goes into the peasantry mindset, making good choices, being disciplined, and I don't know how people can get exposed to crypto or assets in general, how you can teach someone about finance, but I know, and I know you guys know, that there's a lot of people out there who made bad financial decisions and is really hard to get out of shit like that. Credit card, anything with interest, guys. Like, don't get into anything with interest. And I know sometimes it's inevitable. Like, if you need a car and you can't afford a whole car, you got to put a down payment and take out a loan. That's fine. That's okay, because even though the car is a liability, you're using it to get to work to make money. You're using it to expand your opportunities. You got to travel. So that's one thing. A car payment, it's the worst thing to have, but if you need it to make money. It's utility. So focus on the things you guys need and things that you got to really, now with this kind of inflation and all the lies. all the lies and everything that people fell for. I knew college was a scam, guys. I knew it. Once I realized, like, when I got there that, bro, my kids are never going to college, especially not my daughters. Dude, college is just for partying and fucking and drinking. And then maybe you learn something on the side. People don't go to college to learn unless you're like actively, you know what you want to do. You want this school. Like, if you're going there, it's a law school. I know I want to be a lawyer, attorney, whatever, judge. Good, you go there. You know what you want to do. But if you don't know, do not go to college and pick up these interest rates. I mean, unless you can afford to pay college in one shot and you think that's a good investment and you don't get any interest out of it, fine, that's your choice if you have that kind of money. But dude, you could make way more money doing what I'm doing, like, or just starting working early at like 20 and going to a community college and just building up and starting to build assets at a young age. That's what I wish I would have done. I wish I would have started building assets at 18. Or I wish I had, we could say wish you would have done anything. You wish you would have bought Bitcoin in 2010 or whatever, right? The point is that this has all been planned for us. This college, all this debt that now you're seeing, these kind of crash outs, once you understand, all you got to do is start with the money printer. Once you understand the money printer, you can pretty much piece together everything going on right now. But it stems from the creation of the Federal Reserve in 1913, I believe, or whenever it was, whenever the Titanic sank, ironically, if you guys know that conspiracy, right? So it all started from there. And then once you start from that point, everything makes sense up till now. And Bitcoin was created for this purpose, to get us out of this system, to save people like that girl and that guy. But it doesn't seem like they have either found Bitcoin yet or crypto, or they just don't believe in it yet. So this is going to take some time, but people will eventually realize what's going on. The more crash outs you see, the more rioting, the more things happening in society, it's going to get wild out here, guys. I do believe that. I don't think there's going to be any nuclear war or anything, like I always say, but I think you'll have some serious crackdowns with the law, and because people are going to start getting real uncomfortable here as these debts pile up, these 17% kind of debts. Dude, she's not the only one. There's millions like her, and that guy struggling, dude. People are really getting scared, and we're sitting over here. I hope you guys are okay. I know I'm okay. I do. Like I was saying before, you could do what I do. I have a personal training business. I started small. I competed. I happened to just compete in bodybuilding for 12 years when I was younger, so that gave me a good base. But now that I'm older, I grew with it. You guys, if you guys are younger, you got to start early with something like a small business. Take the punches as you go, and then once you get older into your late 20s and 30s, the people out there in society, they start to take you more seriously as you get older. People don't really take a 21-year-old boy, 25-year-old young man, even a 28-year-old young man. It's not until a man, or even a woman, I'd say, a person gets into their little bit midlife ages, like 30 and up, that people start to react differently in the world to you. Your energy changes. Your facial features change. You start to have a more mature look. You speak better, and your business grows in that way too. So, and that's the whole thing with personal branding. So my personal training business in Tampa does very well. I'm very small and local, but I'm a single guy with no kids. So I do 5 digits a month, guys. On a low month, I'll do a high 4 figures a month. But on a good month, I'm in the 5 digits for the month. So, and as a single guy, I overspend, especially on Pokemon cards. Okay, I overspend. If I actually saved, and I overspend, but by saving I mean I have a ton of crypto. So our crypto really gives us a good cushion. And then when you have that cushion, like from 2019 when I started in crypto till now, I've built up a good cushion from that time, and you can draw from that if you need to. It gives you a nice peace of mind. That's why Bitcoin is great, because it's backed by consensus, and people don't want the price to go down, so no one's going to dump it, I don't think. So I'm digressing. I'm going on a tangent, but that's why we need Bitcoin. The system is very flawed, and And I really hope that those 2 videos in the beginning that I showed you, I hope those people figure out a way out of that situation. But that's my crypto video, guys. We're pumping today, so have a good day. I think I'm going to do a Pokemon video now. And have a good one. Peace.